Part 15 of Haunted by Chuck Palahniuk. So Cassandra's backstory had been paused, and we go back to the POV of the group. The narrator describes St. Guthrie calls himself the People's Committee of Getting Attention, where St. Guthrie is silently skulking around the theater, quietly calling for help. Help us. Somebody, please. We're in here. Help us. See, guys? I'm calling for help. They'll find us soon. Help us. He's been keeping tallies of how many days they've been in there, and he wanders over to the wall and adds another tally. Help us. So their little make-believe ghost, someone is anti-sabotaging the theater by unclogging the toilets, fixing the heater, fixing the washer. Nobody knows who it is. Someone's wandering around at night and fixing all these things. So they got heat again, they have working toilets, they got the working washer so they can wash and fold their clothes, but, still no food. Sister Vigilante is sitting in the hallway and she rips off more of her fingernails, and she thinks to herself and, says out loud to the crew, we need a monster. We need something bad to happen. We need more to the story. Oh, by the way, we can't put that this ghost is fixing things in our story. They can't know. The public needs to see us sick and gaunt, and when they find us, they're gonna love our story. Somebody looks over at Sister Vigilante and asks, Does that hurt? Oh yeah, my missing fingernails? Well, when you remember that these injuries are gonna rake in so much money when we get found, it's totally worth it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. So then Sister Vigilante forces Miss Clark out of the room by knife point, and Sister Vigilante calls herself the People's Committee for Making Enemies. Director Denial continues walking around in the background, calling for Cora Reynolds, the cat. She calls herself the People's Committee for Feeding the Cat. St. Guthrie again is gently pawing at the alley door, softly, and calling for help. Help us. Help us. Ding, ding, ding. Help us. And the missing link is the People's Committee for Flushing the Ruined Food. A story of Sister Vigilante. So our backstory of Sister Vigilante opens up on the streets of some city downtown New York, maybe? She is a courtroom clerk, Teresa Wheeler. The city has been terrorized by some unseen force. People around the town hearing thuds and bangs, and cars are shaking and wailing with the alarm sounds on the street. Windows of buildings are shattered. People's heads are bashed in. This thud, thud, thudding down the street everywhere. 4 months on a random Tuesday afternoon. And this has been going on for so long that no one knows what's going on. They just know as soon as they hear this thudding, everyone disappears from the street. It was a bowling ball. The cases of people riding bikes thrown off, spines crushed under the weight of a random bowling ball bouncing and ramming into people killed. Nobody knows where this is coming from or who's doing this, but somebody's throwing bowling balls out of building windows and offing people, keeping them scared. Terrifying, yes, but the statistics after months, crime rate went down 98%. Newspapers were going off about it. The police were aware of this, but they couldn't catch the person. People were so afraid to leave their houses that, when people are afraid of an invisible monster, it keeps them in line. So the person was never caught. But as we know that Sister Vigilante's hobby is bowling, she literally brought a bowling ball with her, and we can assume that she was our vigilante. Our bowling perpetrator. The backstory didn't really go into Sister Vigilante's life at all as a courtroom clerk. It just kind of brushed by. This was the more simplistic backstory of all of them. But yes. So once our backstory concluded, we are now in the upstairs portion of the theater. Comrade Snarky's body was found in the foyer. Did she die of starvation? Everyone was crowded around her looking at Comrade Snarky. And Miss America just goes, she's food, that's good meat. My God, you're right, says Chef Assassin, who happens to pull out all of his knives and began sectioning and cutting up Comrade Snarky. A story of Chef Assassin. So our story opens up with a narration of a thank you letter or an online review of this particular chef's knife. The very knives that he brought with him and he uses in his career. It goes on to say, thank you very much. Your quality in your knives are unmatched. They're perfect for chopping, skinning, deboning. Beautiful. I cannot express to you enough how much I love your product. Like, I have been working in this industry for decades, and this is the best series of knives that I have ever used. With that being said, I would like to let you know that my career has suffered greatly because of food critique. These imbeciles, these absolute buffoons, as Moist Critical would say, these goofy goobers, these stupid poopy heads, these people that don't know the quality that I put into julienning each of these carrots and potatoes, the hours I spent perfecting the 1/4 inch square cube cut on these vegetables, the oomph that I put into all these meals, and these absolute idiots that, go home and microwave their frozen vegetables, don't know the quality of food and love that I put into all of my meals. With that being said, second of all, these knives are perfect when I skin and debone each of these food critiques that harm my career as a chef. I find them. They're easy to find. As soon as they post these critiques under their own name, they're easy to track down. I find them, I lure them into my restaurant with hopes of a good meal, and then I keep them a little late. I find them, and I'm good at hiding the bodies. I'm good at cutting meat. I'll tell you. And your knives, chef's kiss, the chef's assassin's kiss. They're great. Your knives are perfect, amazing. Just want you to know, this is my confession to these string of serial killings. I'm going to save your knife company since I love your product so much. So if you can cut me a deal or something, I will out my killing weapon to maybe the cheaper, less gracious of knife companies, because I got a specific company in mind with trash knives, the cheapest crap that I've ever used in my career as a whole. Because I know once my, crimes come out, they're going to locate the murder weapon, the exact brand of knives that I've been using to off these people, and your company is going to come under fire for supporting and, providing me with these murder weapons. And I love your company so much that I want to do you a favor and save your ass from coming under fire of a great product. I don't want you to be, roped into this. I love your product so much that you deserve to be spared. So if you let me, if you post a specific word in your next, newsletter or something, I'm going to use the cheaper knives, and we're going to have, I got to make up a name on the Black Lamp Knives. Black Lamp Knife Company is trash. So I'm gonna out myself as a killer using Black Lamp Knives in my killings, so their company can go under fire. You'll be saved. You'll be fine. Absolutely. Because I respect you guys. You do amazing work. Also, I killed this list of names of people, and I'm going to go into hiding. You won't hear from me in a while, but just wanted to say I love your product. Anyway, bye.